Hi, I'm Rev Dr. Terry Gallagher. I want to welcome you back to another episode of Come and See, where we look at the hope for the future that's possible when faith guides our use of technology rather than our greed. Today I want to revisit this subject of wind turbines, specifically offshore wind turbines. Why? Well, first of all, there's enough wind energy in the world to power human needs more than 40 times over. And so it's important to look at. And the other thing is, why offshore? Well, because most of our major cities are near a shore. That would reduce how much power grid losses occur if you had the wind sourced energy close by. But the other thing is, very simply from physics, wind moves faster over water, especially large bodies of water like the ocean, because it pulls up the heat energy from the oceans, and that makes the wind move faster. Why is that important? Well, because energy is the cube of wind speed. And so 5 miles an hour faster, 10 miles an hour faster is tremendous difference in how much energy can be derived. And there are cities across the globe that are already realizing this. There are countries where the majority of their energy, like Scotland, is coming from wind energy. In fact, there was a day last year where Scotland powered 160% of its energy that day from wind. They had to give the power away to England and other places because they just had too much electrical free from the wind. But it's not just Scotland. We see Scandinavian countries where the majority of their power is coming from offshore wind. Why offshore? Well, first of all, the wind turbines can be a lot bigger offshore. And so one sweep of a wind turbine can power a home for the entire day. All right? Millions of homes are being powered by offshore wind. The United States has been late to this game, but our first offshore wind farm is starting up off the coast of New England. But the big news, the really big news, is the state of New York, off of New York City, is going to build a large wind farm that's going to power millions of homes. And the governors said they found a location where you won't be able to see the wind turbines from shore, which just seems to be a big objection. We don't want to see wind turbines from shore. Although recently the federal government announced they're going to open off all the offshore areas for oil exploration. So we apparently are okay with seeing oil derricks offshore and all the disasters of oil leaks. Are we kidding? It's like the last gasp of a dying industry. They're going to take a terrible toll. You remember the pollution? You remember the devastation that was caused by the offshore oil derricks catching fire and leaking? We don't want to go back there. Wind power, 40 times more than humankind can need, whether it's power from onshore or offshore. But it's a serious sin to neglect looking at offshore wind as a future salvation that our kids, my kids and your kids, my grandkids and your kids can live with. You know, the prophet Ezekiel told an amazing story at a time when everything looked lost for Israel. He said God took the prophet out and surveyed this field of bones and said, "Prophet, can you tell me, will this bones live?" And the prophet said, "Dear God, only you could say that." And God said, "Hear this, I will cause my breath to enter you, and these bones will live." The breath of God is the Spirit of God imparting a wisdom to us that we can live with. God is calling us in this wind to turn away from our greed-based energy that is destroying the earth and turn to renewable energy. Can we do this? Absolutely we can do this. Does it cost? Yeah, the initial investment costs, but after that it's free. How foolish are we not to do this? How foolish are we to continue to engage in dangerous energies instead of energies that sustain the earth? Can we allow God's breath of wisdom to enter our souls? You bet we can. That's where people of faith are called to arise and speak the truth that will save the earth so that our kids and our grandkids will live. Can we do this? Absolutely. God's Spirit is beckoning us forth. Offshore wind power, just one of 100 different answers to saving the future for our kids. We can do this. See you next time on Come and See, where once again we'll explore another faith-based technology that allow future generations to live. Take care. See you soon.
And faith is not in knowing, it's a willingness to learn. And faith is found in loving when there's nothing in return. So come and see, come and see. Around the bend, look my friend, and what could be? Come with me, come with me. There's so much more to know, so come and see. There's so much more to know, so come and see.